And we are back with another episode of the podcast presented by Simple Math Matrix. It's your boy, Mr. aka Super 357, best known as Prince Godbody, and I'm joined by
the guy, King Hoopla, back for another episode.
And luckily, this week again, we don't have to start with any deaths.
We don't.
So that's good for us and good for the world.
Good for the world.
And for once, we're actually starting out with extremely positive news, I would say.
I think, yeah, definitely.
You want to give a little spiel?
Well, so it was yesterday. Bank of America announced that they will be giving out mortgages.
Mortgage loans.
Mortgage loans, home loans, for minorities, people of color, specifically targeted. Well, aim more toward.
No, specifically minorities.
Yeah, but I mean, in the article they did say, like, you know what I'm saying? They did try to say that it's not just for black communities, like anybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To make it so it is inclusive,
Yeah.
of course. But it's mainly directed to black and Hispanic families and stuff like that. And major, well, not in every city yet, but in major cities like LA, I think Chicago,
Detroit, Charlotte.
Atlanta.
Yeah, it's only a handful.
Yeah, but like, you know what I'm saying? They're just trying it out first right now, and it really just eliminates all the things that has hindered a lot of people, minorities, and to be best example of getting homes, especially for first time home buyers, the first loans and stuff like that.
Because the parameters of it is that it's not based on your credit, which is the most important thing, but there's no down payment, none of the regular or usual things you have to worry about with buying a house.
Yeah.
And like we said, or the first thing I said, it's not depending upon your credit score.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things that gives people opportunities because it's based on whether you can pay the bills there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going off of your bill history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your payment history.
So if you have a good repayment history, they'll essentially let you get the house, which opens up the housing market, not just in America in general, but for people of color, and gives more people chances to own houses, because a big part of our generation struggling is housing. A lot of us can't rent, and a lot of us definitely cannot own.
Yeah, because the housing market is shit. On top of that, and the lack of knowledge too. You know
About
buying homes and stuff like that, and the financial literacy and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, to go out there and do that.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people do put themselves in situations as even first-time renters. Fucked up leasing situations.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of ignorance in the whole field of around with that.
Of being that is very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Just home ownership.
And that you know what I'm saying? That's just with our generation. You know
housing yourself.
Yeah, because I'm a big firm believer that financial literacy wasn't taught in our generation as well.
I would say that, but a lot of people wanted to say we didn't learn how to balance checkbooks.
And the thing about it
and all that shit we did.
No, the thing about it is I agree that we did, but it wasn't like repeated. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I feel like financial literacy is something that should be something like you learn in every year, in every grade.
As far as how to pay taxes and such,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's like something like at like 7th grade. That's something that should be like implemented with English.
But that's evil because of the sense of because when you you can't teach kids taxes because there's no steady tax rate. Taxes are political at the very core of what they are.
Yeah.
And that's, I agree. I definitely agree that financial literacy should be taught, taxes should be taught, and things like that should be taught. But things like that fluctuate so often, and adults don't even know what they're doing.
That is true. That is true.
Look at that. Look at how many well-educated or even financially well-off adults that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
As far as taxes and even mortgages. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's necessarily something a kid needs to be able to grasp. Or a kid. Buy a mortgage, I'm not sure if
I'm not saying like mortgage.
But I need to grab, but I agree with you at the same time.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how to do your taxes. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you pay your damn taxes.
But being able to do your taxes unless
it's simplified as a motherfucker now.
Yeah, unless you're in business and deep in business, it's very easy.
I feel you though, but like you said, I still agree that financial literacy needs to be taught. But this is also still this is still something good though.
Yeah.
The mortgage thing that Bank of America is doing. I still want to find out more about it as they continue to roll it out. And
because I feel like this will be something that I don't know if this will be one of those things like you remember when Wells Fargo was inviting a bunch of people to open checking accounts and was scamming them for a bunch of shit like that. I don't know if it'll be like open extra accounts things, but Bank of America does have a bad track history with just people in America in general.
Exactly,
So is this maybe a trap too?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out
the same people we were just talking about, giving them the opportunity to own a house, a property. With essentially no credentials, but being able to pay your bills.
Exactly. Because that's the thing, though. Like,
so if you already own a house, can you own a second one?
Exactly. And then it's like, so what is the credit? So what does credit mean in the housing market?
But by saying being able to pay your bills, that's the same thing as credit.
Exactly. That's
your credit score doesn't matter, meaning your mistakes of the past won't matter as long as you're free.
Which is something that...
Yeah, that should definitely happen. As long as your recent credit is good. You know what I'm saying? Short-term memory credit.
Because a lot of
as long as that's good.
A major payments is like 5 years. They go like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they go 5 years back credit, but a lot of times they like go like 5 months and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like your past year. You know what I'm saying? Have you kept up with your bills and shit like that?
So do you think yay or nay?
Yay. Yay, definitely.
I think it's a thing that I can't say yay or nay on, just because it is going to be
off the head. Well, I'm gonna say strictly off the headline purposes. If you know what I'm saying, if I'm seeing this headline walking down the street, I'm like, oh.
If I'm just grabbing a newspaper.
Yeah,
you're right about that. That's a yay comment. So speaking of yay or nay, here's something else kind of controversial we have, and I'm not sure if it's actually controversial.
It's not.
You don't think it is?
Nah, I don't think it's controversial because they allowed it for so long.
What do you mean? Nigeria allowed
it? I mean, they already allowed it to happen for so long. Why can't they just shut it down? Why the fuck can't I just shut it down?
Well, yeah, I guess it's not.
It's a political thing, definitely.
All right, so Nigeria has banned white models from any advertisement, claiming that they have enough beautiful people of their own, which they do.
Like 200 million.
Yeah, which they do. And they are a majority black. I mean, not even majority.
They are black
country. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's totally reasonable. And honestly, in a place like Nigeria, which is one of the more poppin' places in Africa, that's beautiful to see, because if you give your own people that stage, you can push them onto bigger stages such as French and British and American stages, to where that your country is never represented by anything but the people that truly inhabit your country. I think that here in America, we kind of have oh no, we can never do that, because America's
not built on that.
America's a melting pot.
And America's built on that, but it's not built on that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah, America is a melting pot of the world, meaning every different culture comes here and blends and all that jazz. You know what I'm saying? They're saying the Italians started in the ghettos with the blacks, and it's all a culture mix, which is true.
It is true. It is true. It is true.
And other places they don't have that.
But they still hate blacks.
But when people show, I don't think there's anything wrong with this at all.
I don't think so.
Like just to put that out there.
Because I'm gonna say what you just said, but in a just condensed way. It's about representation, and the thing about it is why? Because now I'm asking myself, why were there so many white models to begin with? You know what I'm saying? Enough for them to make this happen. Like you know what I'm saying? I could understand if it was maybe 10.
20.
10, 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like 2 for every magazine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they have that many, or 2 for every advertiser.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just to show that, all right, they do have inclusiveness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's representation. Like, you have more black girls in Nigeria. You're gonna have more little black girls in Nigeria.
Our black men, the models are not just.
I thought it was just white. I was just thinking women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but they have enough people of their own.
Exactly.
I mean, not of their own. That's a terrible way to put it. But I'm not Nigerian by birth, nationality, you know what I'm saying? I've done the 23andMe. I'm African, but I'm not Nigerian, you know what I'm saying? So, there are people, I'll give it to them, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that, alright, so if a white country did this with the same fucking, do you think that the same pride would be applicable?
No, because that'd be directly racist.
Why?
Because I don't know. Oh shit! Damn. I should have thought about this. I should have thought about this conversation.
I think about it right now.
I know, because I should have got the definition of racism.
It's prejudice against the race based on just skin color and conceptions you have about that race based on their skin color and.
Well, it depends on what I don't think, because it'll never happen. You know
Switzerland. What if?
I know Switzerland's no white or black people live.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying it's already been okay?
Yeah, it's already been.
That's what you're getting.
Yeah, like you can't. That's something that's already been implemented. Like, you know what I'm saying? We still get excited when we see black plus size models. You know what I'm saying?
Or just plus size models in general.
Exactly.
That's
like,
another conversation.
Yeah, but
because motherfuckers like you be liking them skinny hoes.
I mean, shit. What's wrong with that, mister?
Nothing. I mean, a lot.
Now we're discriminating against skinny women too.
Yes.
I mean, shit. Fuck it. I mean, I like thick women too.
I'm skinny. Self-hatred is allowed.
Self-hatred. I'm skinny too.
Not like me, though.
I know, but there's two different reasons why you're skinny.
What is her name?
Coil Ray.
The one y'all like.
I think she's built like Coil.
She was built like me. I'm older. I'm older.
Well,
that's the only reason she built like me is because I'm older.
Hey, yo, bro.
Hey, I just gotta give it up to science.
And then you can say he built like Coil Ray, bro. Like nah, you said yeah.
And then I flipped it. I did say that. I'm older now. But I also just flipped it to say that she's built like me. All right, dude. So that's all I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with skinny women. There's definitely nothing wrong with a big girl. You know, a big woman. You know
there's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with any woman.
Unless she's crazy.
No, there's definitely nothing wrong with crazy women.
All right, Nate. That's why you where you at. No.
That's the reason why my love life is always the way.
Okay, but I say your love life. But I say you're holding the torch now, so.
Oh,
I can't even.
I just held it.
I shouldn't hate on you. I guess that'll be bad for my blood and my skin and my all of my dermals and all that jazz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is next?
Speaking of skin.
And check golly, I didn't even mean to transition like that. I honestly did not even mean to transition like that. I guess I should intro this one. Sorry, playing producer right now. But this shit was, and when you brought up the point you brought up, that shit was hilarious. Stacy Dash. Bruh, what do you have to say about Stacy Dash?
She did a hell of a job in school days.
Oh yeah, and she was very pretty.
Yeah, she was very beautiful woman.
When I was younger and I was watching movies, and there'd be older women. They were girls at that point. Yeah. Well, not girls, because they were probably still 20 now. Yeah. Stacey Dash and Cleveland, like, oh my God, I want that woman. Exactly. I grew up. When I grew up, I want to date her. Dash. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, she pulled a Michael. Michael didn't go this. She pulled a fucking. Because Michael would have still known.
Michael still was black.
Michael would have sang at the DMX tribute.
Facts. Michael probably would have had a DMX story. Michael probably had the best DMX story that nobody ever heard before.
Oh my God. You know what? And honestly, I got it. Yeah. You're fucking right about that one.
Like, they probably just met in the most random situation. Yeah. In the most randomest place in the randomest part of the world.
Yeah. I mean, there is a way, but you can. I want to know. Like, when I die, I want to just know that there's a Prince and DMX story that somebody hasn't told out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. That story is probably fucking hilarious, bro.
But to kind of not to veer off from what we were about to talk about, Stacy Dash recently got on the internet crying her eyes out. Yesterday, crying her eyes out. And a brand new complexion. Brand new skin complexion. Over the fact that she just found out that DMX died. And he died almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, almost 2 years, yes.
Almost 2 years ago.
Oh.
Well, not about a year and a half.
No, about a year.
About a year.
Definitely a year ago.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's been way over a year. But Stacy Dash is just finding out that DMX passed. And a lot of people on this internet were saying she was only posting that video so people could see her new skin complexion.
Probably so. But she could just post a picture and that probably would got enough buzz.
There's no way that you're telling me that And I wanted to make this point, and I want to make this point on the podcast, that DMX, one of the biggest and best rappers of all time, one of the very only rappers that was directly competing with rock music and crushing rock music sales by himself.
In the late 90s.
That you did not realize that he died.
Yeah.
DMX is an icon throughout music. When I said that on Twitter, I said that name a white kid or even a black kid or Mexican, whatever fucking kid you know, or a person of our age or my age that you know that knows and loves metal music that doesn't know at least 5 DMX songs by heart.
Mm-hmm. Or at least just know the album in general.
DMX broke barriers. Look at Woodstock 99.
Mm-hmm.
His image is so coveted, they left him out of Woodstock 99 documentary.
On Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, on purpose.
They did?
I feel like. I don't think they came out that and said that, but you would never associate all the bullshit you associated with that movie with DMX's name.
Yeah, I think yeah.
We will
well,
never.
I mean, on HBO Max, but that's not even my
There's not one person on this earth that has the same membrane in their brain that's going to say a bad word about DMX publicly or associate him with anything negative publicly, especially now after his passing.
That is true. I just only think that because the HBO Max one included him in it. The Music Box one.
About
DMX.
They did.
They did about the performance and everything.
They did. You say so? You're saying you agree with me? I don't know if you misspoke or misheard.
No, I don't. Well, I don't really know why. I don't agree with your reasoning why they didn't put it in there.
Okay,
that's
why do you don't think?
Yeah, because
in the Netflix one, I think that's exactly why. Because he wasn't dead when they put out the one.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. Not on HBO. No,
mm-hmm.
I saw that before his passing. I know for a fact I did. And even if they did, it would have been in post production and done by the time he passed.
I thought it came out this year.
No. That one came out at least last year. A year, because we talked about this one on the pod.
I know we did. No, I thought it was this year. I don't know.
No, it wasn't this year.
I don't know. I get my stuff mixed up.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, that's a typical timeline scramble. But
yeah,
even if it was, let's say, even if it was to come out January of this year.
Yeah,
it was in post production. Like that film.
Well, it's whenever
that film had already
debuted
at Sundance and
the Woodstock thing.
It was already done.
Because I'm thinking of the. Actual...
It wasn't a Behind the Music box. Woodstock wasn't a Behind the Music box.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was because they had.
It was the only one. Yup, you're right.
Yeah, it was because then they had. It was included with the DMX one and Juice WRLD one. That was the first season.
They didn't come out near the same time.
They did it.
That's what I'm saying. First season, but they didn't come out nearly the same time.
I'm sorry. I gotta look it up now since we spent so much time.
Yeah, but my bad. I'm talking to the wall. Right? About the same throw tonight. But in all seriousness. For her not to know that DMX died, you can tell that this was a publicity stunt.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing less than a publicity stunt. Because there's no way that you're telling me that... I've already explained it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not...
They came out the same time.
Same time they came out?
Yeah, they came out the same time, yeah.
Then I don't know that. No,
They both came out in 2021, so it had to be the same season.
Same season, but not same.
I know, yeah, same timeline probably.
Because Juice WRLD's one came out
first.
Late. Oh, you're talking about the one. I'm talking about the Woodstock one, the one with his performance at Woodstock, not his.
No, I'm saying because that I'm trying to figure out which one came out first.
The documentary on HBO was posthumous. That came out a few months ago. I'm talking about the one they did a Woodstock documentary. I don't know if it might have been. It's on HBO, but it might be on Hulu too. But it has DMX footage in it.
This one, because this is. I remember we talked about this. This one, this is the first one that came out. No, this is the one where they had his footage included. The Woodstock 99. Because they were talking about the white people. They were talking about the white people saying nigga, and it was not that many black. It was no black people.
Yeah, maybe I've seen that. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Like, that is my fault, so you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry on that one, but
no. I wasn't trying to like make it a whole clear issue. I was trying to make it clear for myself.
Yeah, I still don't know. Was he? I don't know if he passed at that point.
I mean, because they both came out. I'm just saying they both came out the same
year. They both came out the same year, but I don't know if he passed at that point. Well, no, you're right. Yeah, no, I'm just wrong. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I honestly don't know. What I do know is that Serena is tearing it back up there on that tennis court.
One of the greatest athletes of all time.
Yeah.
All time. I don't think we say that enough. We do say it a lot, but I don't think we say it a lot. We don't say it enough and mean it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people want to say like Braun and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it is, of course, Braun, of course,
of
course, Tiger, of course, Will, you know what I'm saying? Of course, athletes.
But Serena's been dominating, dominating her sport.
What I say?
And it's looking like she's going to dominate it again.
Mm-hmm.
You think that she has it? I think she has it.
She's going to retire on the greatest mountain of all time. I mean, sorry, on one of the great mountains.
Oh, she's on the mountain.
She's going out like a great. Should always go out.
With a championship?
With a championship.
Yeah. She is an enigma. And to see Serena Williams, like, in this position, like we're saying, like, that she is looking like she's come out for her swan song, and she's going to do it, and she has people like Tiger, who's there, another great there doing it. This feels so good for the black community, because it's a closing of a chapter of unmarred greatness.
Mm-hmm.
There's no bullshit behind her name.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when LeBron closes the book on his...
Like, there's nothing, nobody can say shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What can you say?
Yeah.
What can you say? He did the slam dunk competition? That's about it. That's it.
And for her, what can you say?
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Because I don't know much about tennis in the first place, so I definitely can't.
No, but you don't want... You don't have to know a lot about tennis to know that she's done everything.
Mm-hmm. She even won when she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she is the greatest athlete of all time, hands down. And we're seeing other athletes celebrate her swan song. And it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think it's getting enough attention, but...
The sports world's giving it attention. Like, the real sports world's giving it attention.
I don't think the outside...
the mainstream media's not giving it enough.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? It's not as big as when, you know what I'm saying, Kobe, or, you know what I'm saying, LeBron, or when LeBron does it, or, you know what I'm saying, when those, like, you know what I'm saying, when Jordan...
I know what you're saying.
I definitely know, I don't remember, but I know, I wasn't alive, but... I was alive for his second retirement, but, you know what I'm saying, but... When the males retire.
Yeah.
When male athletes
the male greats.
When male great, you know what I'm saying, retire.
Yeah.
That's national news. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially the legends. But she deserves that same, if not more, recognition and celebration for her accomplishments. Because she's been doing it since since her and her sister were like teenagers.
Oh, kids.
Yeah.
Look at the king.
I didn't watch it, so I didn't want to just directly. I mean, I watched a little bit in the barbershop like a month ago, but that's about it. It was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good.
Oh, I mean,
the little bit I watched.
I didn't really like it. I can't say that I'm.
He left the girl at the store.
I'm not necessarily a fan of tennis like you said, but I know her greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Because think about it like this, and I think I seen a tweet or post about it, and I liked it so much. Because it had something to do with Tiger cheering Serena Williams on at the
Open.
Yeah. It's like the two greats of sports that black people aren't like we're saying, not shunned away from, but like these aren't black people's sports. You know what I'm saying? And I take that into account. Like Tiger's like the first black golfer. You know what I'm saying? He's the first black golfer.
Yeah, exactly.
And in tennis, you have Arthur Ashe, but he was so far back. Serena and Venus were the ones to reinvent it. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back to the limelight because they were so young.
Exactly.
They had
shout out Arthur Ashe from Richmond, Virginia. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's what I'm saying.
Alethea Gibson too, the one we always talk about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like you said, it's always a thing where it's not. I played golf as a kid. See, I played golf as a kid, but I have a heart condition.
Yeah.
I have a lung condition. I can't run.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't play basketball. I can't play football. I can't play soccer.
But you can swing a golf club.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I played that. I was good at golf.
And then Tiger's like, oh shit, I can do it too.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? And it just came to me right here, like with tennis, like how you said, Arthur Ashe and I forgot her name, Lydia Gibson.
Yeah.
And those are like the Wilts, the Magics, and now you have Serena Williams, who's like the LeBron. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So now you have the legacy of black athletes, black greats in that sport.
It's just so far apart.
It's just so far apart because we don't expect ourselves to get into it. We don't want to. It's not offered to us. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely offered, but we just don't take it up.
Nah, not all.
Because that's not the superstar sports.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like, yeah, exactly. Like, who wanted to play? I mean, you knew black kids. Like now, of course, we seen black kids play golf and tennis. You know what I'm saying? I grew up knowing black kids playing tennis. And shit like that. And golf, but probably in the 90s, you probably did not have that many people doing that shit. Black kids doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that.
80s, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what was on TV. That's not how many black people were playing.
Yeah, you're
so shout out to Serena Williams, man.
Yeah, definitely about that.
That's a definitely great chapter, book closing.
Can I see your phone real quick so I can take notes? Because my phone froze up on me. Bet. And, all right, so now this next thing. Hold on real quick. So Serena was about 24, 40. All right, so have you seen this next thing?
I seen the, I read the article on TMZ.
All right, so you want to go ahead and start this one?
Nah, because you more a comedian, dude. You care about the comedians more.
All right, so following him... not ousting Lizzo or
going off on
trying to make fun of Lizzo or what have you.
For no reason.
Yeah, Aries Spears, along with Tiffany Haddish, are now being accused and sued for sexual harassment, things like that. And essentially, the gist of the case is that they did a skit entitled Mind of a Pedophile, which did exist, in which... Tiffany Haddish played like the mom of a kid that left her children with an uncle that was a pedophile, and it plays out in that type of way. But that's fucking... And I'm one of the people that's always like, you can make a joke.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a hardcore stand-by comedy thing. But when you use a child, what they did was they used a child, because the video's out there.
Yeah.
They used a child... And in that way, and actually use you know what I'm saying? No matter for what a joke is, there wasn't a baby doll like in the guy from Rick and Morty, where he made that thing. That was a baby doll. These were two kids, and the kids are saying, they're totally turned off. They're recluses, turned off from sex, blah blah this and the third, and it's totally. Imaginable being put in that position if you're 14 and 7. And Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are big comedians, whether Aries Spears has worked in years or not on television. But where does this go? Because Tiffany Haddish has also hired a lawyer that's pretty famous.
Well, they said this has been going
defending. It has been going on for a while too.
Yeah, they said it's been going they said it's like the third time trying to get this jank, and they've been getting turned away. Like, you know what I'm saying? The lawsuit hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they updated it today at 4 o'clock.
What happened? I saw the lawyer was denying everything.
I said, at 4 p.m., this is what TMZ said. Despite what the lawsuit claims, Funny or Die says they had no involvement in creating the video, telling Funny or Die found this video absolutely disgusting and would never produce content. We were not involved with the conceptualization, development, funding, or production of the video.
Yeah.
So this is just the website that it was uploaded on.
Just saying that they
doing damage control
from it.
On them, but essentially they're denying it because they said the mother just wants money from it and stuff like that because that's the only person named.
But to add, the same thing is at the same time, like I said, Tiffany Haddish hired the lawyer that's notorious for saying sexual cases didn't happen, writing the victim off, this, that, and the third, that type of jazz.
Okay.
So I guess the real conversation we need to have here is we know that they're guilty.
Yeah.
We know that Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish, even though they're popular now, you would never think it. Well, Aries Spears not so much, but Tiffany Haddish. They did a skit in which they used children to be the subject of a pedo in a YouTube video or a skit. Kind of weird. And like we said, it's different from the guy from Rick and Morty where you use a doll. And I'm a defend comedy guy.
Yeah.
There's a fine line about joking about and joking with kids.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They used kids in this, and there was a kid in his underwear and talking about wanting some kid butt. And
that's wild.
You know what I'm saying?
That is wild.
But it's all in the gist of comedy, but it's not a good joke.
Well, yeah, because Tiffany Haddish isn't funny.
That's a different argument.
No, it's not. It's not. If she's one of the creative minds behind it, then it
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah. And my thing with
Aries Spears has always been a controversial comic too. So
he's been controversial because he's not funny.
Exactly. You see that this goes when people say controversy is always funny.
Yeah.
Controversy is not always funny. You have to make it a good joke.
And it's not even about a good joke or controversy.
No, I'm saying, but in this case, it's not a good joke.
Because it's involving the kids.
That's what I'm saying.
If you did involve the kids and it was a doll, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. It's still not that funny to me. Not that funny or funny to anybody else for real. But when you bring real live breathing children in a production like that, when you have to coach them through that and make them do that over and over again.
Yeah. That's wild.
That's going to be traumatic.
Yeah, it's traumatic.
Whether it's a joke or not.
And unnecessary. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why the fuck do you need to
Like I said, you could use a doll if you really wanted to make that joke.
Bro, this is Hollywood, bro. Don't everybody get their
They were not that Hollywood at that
time. No, I'm saying, but like, I'm not saying like that, but like, you got, how many people in fucking, Euphoria are over the age of 30. You know what I'm saying? You got people that look like kids that get casted for the, like, you know what I'm saying?
This type of shit, that's their job.
Exactly. You got people that are trying to break into Hollywood.
This is their job.
Exactly.
Yep. And they're not going to, I don't think they're going to, I don't know if they're going to get away with this one. Unless they try to pull that the mom has pulled this over and over and try to make it.
I mean, that's what they're trying to pull.
Yeah, unless they're able to make a spectacle out of that. I don't see them.
But they say now, since the daughter is of age, she's suing now too. That's why. Because it was just the mother doing it in the past.
And now it's the daughter.
Now it's the daughter stepping out and doing it.
So somebody did something wrong.
Yeah, or she just like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued on that. Just keep my eye on it.
Shit.
Even though I don't really give
a flying fuck.
Nah, hell no. She's not funny. She's not funny. Like, people were trying to say Cat Williams was hating on it. Like, he was telling the truth. He was telling the truth. Like,
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. She's well, it's a lot to do with that. Female and black. You can't necessarily come out and say she's not funny.
Yes, I can.
Not you, but you know what I'm saying.
As a top-notch comedian, he's supposed to be empowering them all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel it. On one hand, it's like you gotta uplift the black community and stuff like that. But we also gotta be honest with ourselves, though. But I feel like we gotta be honest with ourselves behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Because when we go off on each other in public, we make each other look. We definitely belittle each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't just be like, hey, mister, you're not doing a good job. We be like, hey, yo, mister, you've been doing a fucking terrible job. Like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Talking about shit that don't even matter with the fucking job at the point in time.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what black people need to fix. Like, we can talk, we can check each other behind closed doors, but we gotta remain united up front. You know
what do you think about checking your family in front of enough car, you know, in the open air?
In the open air, like on social media. Oh, I hate that shit, bro. All right, we can segue into this in a minute, but I've seen this firsthand with my family, and that shit was embarrassing, like a mother. Yeah. It's embarrassing. Like, why would y'all
want that shit?
Why would y'all put each other's business and then everybody else's business out there, and then on top of that, we have each other's numbers. Yeah. And in this day and age, make a group message, call each other, but don't go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram talking about the motherfucker. Yeah. And I have a direct problem with Kanye in this. And the thing about it is I can agree with Kanye all I want. The thing about it shouldn't be anybody's business if they can agree with Kanye or one. You know what I'm saying? Or not. And it's like, what are the mainstream going to do for this shit?
Alright, so go ahead and you explain the Kanye shit.
Alright, so yesterday, Kanye took to Instagram to go off on Kris Jenner specifically about his kids not being able to go to the same school or have a consistent school schedule, which is fucked up anyway to even want to put your kids through that. Put kids through that to make them want to go to two different schools in a week's time. I understand a year-to-year basis almost, but like week's time, no, that's fucking up their curriculum. You know what I'm saying? Their mental
their rhythm.
Yeah, mental rhythm and stuff like that. So he's going off on Kris Jenner talking about Travis Scott, Scott Disney, and Tristan Thompson, and just everything. Yeah. And then posting screenshots. You know how Kanye does. He just goes off. Some things I agree with, some things I definitely didn't. But at the end of the day, I definitely agree. When it comes to those kids, like, you're only doing more harm to them than anybody else. Anybody else. Because at the end of the day, these kids still have to grow up and see this. Yeah. And they have a lot of time to grow up and see this.
And see, that's my major problem with it too, is that I do understand where Kanye is fighting for his family now and fighting for his kids more or less. Yeah. He wants them to go to a school that's not, he doesn't want them to go to a white school. Yeah. He wants his kids to go to black institutions.
Yeah, and that's cool.
And I understand him backing that up on social media so people know he's not crazy, so we know he's not lying and all that jazz. It just sucks that he's putting it on social media and that the kids are going to be the ones to deal with it at the end of the day. Because adults make mistakes that are monumental, that they have to deal with, that may ruin their lives or ruin their outlooks on life or whatever. But kids shouldn't have to endure that. Yeah. And it sucks that fighting for kids' freedom in the eyes of Kanye, they're going to eventually have to go back and retrospectively relive this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Especially just knowing who their parents are. Their parents in general. Their parents are two of the most famous people in the world.
In the world.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Kim Kardashian has one of the highest follower accounts in all of social media history. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, her last name in and of itself is one of the biggest last names in in recent history now. You know what I'm saying? So, and they all have Kanye's last name. You know what I'm saying? Which is also another one of the biggest names in music history. You know what I'm saying? In pop culture history. Yeah. So it's like they're already branded as these children. Like, you know what I'm saying? As these children. They're some of the most famous children.
Market pieces.
Yeah. When they were, because you remember how big it was when North was born.
Even when they were born.
When North was born.
They were born into celebrity.
Exactly. Just like, and it's crazy enough you say, because you look how Hov moves with his kids and stuff like, but Beyonce and them aren't getting divorced. So I don't know. It's just crazy enough to see that. Like,
how long do you think this stretches out? Do you think the Kardashian Jenner clan gets Kanye out of here sooner or later?
No,
or you think he can beat that?
No, they don't, because what is the Kardashians are attention. They love attention.
That's very true.
In any form, fashion, like, you have never seen them deny the attention.
That's very true.
You know, Kim Kardashian may be like, Kanye need to chill out, but you don't be like, Kanye needs to stop posting about this, talking about this all the time. Like,
and she don't even really say Kanye needs to chill out.
Yes, you don't. She only comments more about him talking about Pete than the kids.
Hey, that's her boyfriend.
Well, I hope he's thinking about them tattoos in the trauma unit.
But if somebody made fun of Ye in the trauma unit, they'd be
We do. I
but
made the comment yesterday that I love when Ye get off his Prozac.
He be going crazy.
Exactly. Bro. He makes some of the best cut. You better find God. They better find God.
That man Kanye right now.
And he said he's on the feet. And he said he's gonna free Thug. Well, I don't know how the fuck that's gonna happen. He said he's
the free Thug. But the big thing about this, for real, is Kanye said he's gonna put Kanye said he's gonna put a Gap in every city. Or not a Gap. If Kanye puts a Yeezy in every city, do you think it sells out faster than it can be beneficial than he would think it would be? Like, Kanye is mad at Gap and Adidas right now for stealing his ideas, which he rightfully should be. Every silhouette that's come out of Adidas the last 5-6 years has been a mock of the Yeezy, the 350s. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So we get that. Now the new Gap shit is looking like Yeezy shit. So if they're bringing him for creative and stealing his ideas, do you think he should just open up his own brand with his own stores? Yeah. And if he does, do you think they'll be able to be stocked successfully enough to where people will be able to have them? Because Kanye wants this shit to be
How he's always he wants it to be in everybody's house. He wants everybody to be able to afford his clothes. He said that since the beginning, since he was making the clothes with the holes. The only reason why he had to do it like that is because of how you had to come up in the game. You had to come up like you have to be exclusive to
get your notoriety.
You know what I'm saying? To get it out there, you have to be exclusive to make mass production. And that's all it comes down to, and that's what he was talking about. We can go back with Sway, and that's what he was talking about with Sway. He can't do it because he doesn't have the means to have these warehouses in these third world countries. Having people break their backs to fund these things and make them so every day for pennies on a dollar. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye wants to do it and trying to figure out the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think he has all that land in Wyoming.
To get it all right.
Oh, I'm going to Wyoming.
He sold that shit.
Shit. Fuck, he probably sold it to a fuck. I don't know. He probably still got some land in Wyoming.
Yeah, he's
not dumb. He's going to keep some land.
Yeah, I would think that too.
I would keep some land.
Yeah. But I think we're done here.
I think so. Dan is probably like that's probably the flattest way we've ever ended the podcast.
But you about to give your outro.
Yeah, true indeed. Oh, should we give people an update on why we've been so split screen lately?
Oh, you can. That's what I mentioned kind of earlier.
Yeah,
that's your business, bro. You know.
Oh yeah, I understand, but everybody, I'm decided to go back to school. Getting the education and getting some knowledge, baby. So that's the reason why you may have seen the post be split up and chopped up how they were. We've had guests as in Noe's come on in, Jane. I appreciate him for filling in. And anybody else that comes on and fills in, I know Mr. You can always pull somebody out of his hat. You know what I'm saying? Mr. can make something shape. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about Mr. He gonna make something shape. That's why I respect him and appreciate him so much. I appreciate that, man. But so just work with us. It's not gonna be too long of a stint. You know what I'm saying? But we still got, as you see, we still together. So we still giving you the content of Simple Math with the guy King Hoopla and Prince Godbody. You know what I'm saying? For the podcast, and of course we're gonna have the interviews coming out. Maybe not as up to date as much because my schedule is so tight right now, but we're going to get more content out, definitely. So be on the lookout for that. PR is coming, Daily Facts still hitting on every day, vinyls of the day dropping every day, so be on the lookout for those on all of our social media platforms. And you're going to find them at Simple Math Matrix, and that's Simple Math Matrix MTRX on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
At Simple Math Matrix.
And YouTube. Like, subscribe on the YouTube video, comment, talk to us on Twitter. And it's the guy, King Hoopla. I'm signing off for the week.
It's your boy, Mr. aka Super 357, best known as Prince Godbody, and we are
out.
And I am back to finish off this episode of the podcast presented by Simple Math Matrix. It's your boy, Mr. aka Super 357, best known as Prince Godbody. And I do want to start the end of this episode off by just saying, rest in peace to battle rapper Pat Stay. Battle rapper Pat Stay was murdered tragically, stabbed to death over the weekend, and it's just a huge loss for the battle rap community. We've come on this podcast a lot saying, that we're losing rappers at an accelerated rate, just generally in the culture. And, we saw that there was an attempt on Hitman Holler's girlfriend. He's a battle rapper, from Wild 'N Out. But now we see this attempt that was successful, sadly, on Pat Stay's life. And with him even being an icon in the battle rap arena, I guess it just begs the question, are any rappers safe out there? Even if it's just for friendly competition, as in when you're a battle rapper, it's a friendly competition, that sort of thing. But are you really safe? I feel like motherfuckers out here are going to hate no matter what. But that shouldn't really be the thing we should be focusing on right now. Right now, we should be focusing on the legacy of Pat Stay and how him and his consistently really helped fuel battle rap just in general and get it to where it is now. And the last, I would say, 5-ish years, battle rap has gotten to the point where even if you're not necessarily a born and bred fan of the genre, you probably know a few battle rappers now. Even for the fact of Wild 'N Out, you know a few battle rappers, even if you don't know that they're battle rappers. And it's wild how guys like Pat Stay really don't get their true notoriety until they pass or until some tragic happens, just because the whole arena of battle rap is kind of undermined and underlooked as far as music goes, just because these guys may not sell the most records or make the most well put together songs. They aren't really revered as artists, when in fact most of these guys are the best writers in music, and some of the best rappers in music in general. They just don't get that shine. But recently it's been to where they have been able to do that, and Pat Stay is one of those really big names. He's even beat Tay-Rock, and a lot of people know who that is. So it's really sad. It's just what it is. Like, the hate is sad, and just to lose another legend, music legend in general, or icon, is just sad. So again, rest in peace to Pat Stay. Don't want to dwell on that too much. What else has happened this week? Let me check my notes. Let me see what I got here. I got that we got but Donald Trump. The Mar-A-Lago raid has officially turned up something, and it's not looking good for Donald Trump. It's looking like he is not going to escape prosecution, because they found, okay, so let me put it well put. The raid at Mar-A-Lago actually turned up some evidence, and some of that is being released. And one of those things is folders labeled classified that are emptied, folders that are labeled top secret that are empty. Essentially, we know that Donald Trump took confidential information from the White House, and now it's gone. We don't know where it is, but it's gone. There's going to be an exact record of everyone who's touched that file. So it's really about to come down on Trump and the Trump family, I feel like, for everything the American government's been trying to get him for the last few years. It's just that his support base was so big when he was president, it was really hard to, quote unquote, really get him. But now that he doesn't have that presidential power, and his fan base isn't necessarily as overtly active, I don't think that he's going to be able to escape at this time, which is good, because if he's selling, let's say, new codes to a foreign country, how could we trust this guy? This is going to be treason on another level. This is going to go beyond politics and just into a realm of legitimate evil, even though a lot of people would say that Donald Trump had crossed that line a long time ago as far as being legitimately evil. And with the things he said and done, I guess I could really see that point. But with this raid on Mar-A-Lago actually turning up sufficient evidence, or lack thereof, that he's committed crimes, I really do want to see how this plays out for not just him, but everybody that was close to him in his cabinet, because he couldn't have done this himself. I highly doubt that he just walked out of the White House with the documents in his hand, and nobody said anything. This is definitely, there's a lot of collusion going on here too, I would say. But whether we found that out or not, I guess it's going to be a totally different situation. So we'll just keep our eyes peeled on that and hope that justice is served. But really, when is it ever really? Honestly, it's not ever really served, especially here in America. I told y'all I really didn't have much for y'all in this episode, but one thing I really, really, really did want to make sure got highlighted on this podcast was the fact that Jackson, Mississippi does not have clean water. Right now in Jackson, Mississippi, they're experiencing essentially the same thing that the Flint, Michigan residents did. And that's unclean drinking water, unclean bathing water, having to boil bottles of water, having to drink only bottled water, and it's running out. But of course, we know that this is one of those things that disproportionately affects the minority community, mainly the black communities, in places like Jackson, Mississippi. And very little is being done about this. And it's looking like very little will be done in general. We saw how long it took for there to even get national attention on the Flint. And the way it's seeming with this Jackson, Mississippi situation is that it's going to be kind of the same. Nobody's going to really care that these poor black people are suffering even more, can't get clean, they say if you look good, feel good, can't even do that because you can't shower, can't have, drinking water. And this is all something that the city's infrastructure, the city's government should be taking care of. But alas, they're not. So you just have people out here stuck. So honestly, I really am bringing this up. Not to call necessarily anybody out, but more so just call attention to everything that's going on down there, and so that we can get these people clean water, because in a country like America, it should be mind-blowing and totally unfathomable that any one person doesn't have clean drinking water. But as we see, that's not a fucking thing, and people don't really seem to even care about these people suffering. So again, like I said, just, if anything, if I can make a call to action, this is it right here. Everybody do your part, and hopefully we can bring some legitimate attention to this and get this cleared up before it becomes a big enough problem to where people are donating and making a hashtag out of it and just doing it for the social media. But that's all I really have this week for y'all. As usual, catch the Boondock series recaps on Monday mornings, the podcast on Wednesday mornings, and check back on Twitter to see if we're dropping episodes on Friday. This Friday we're dropping a permanent record highlighting the classic album Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim. So that was a joy to record. I really can't wait for y'all to hear that, especially if you're a hip-hop head. But that's all I got. It's your boy Mister, aka Super All 357, best known as Prince Godbody. This has been another episode of Simple Math. Make sure that you follow us on all platforms at Simple Math Matrix, Simple Math MTRX on Twitter. It's your boy Mister. I'm out, and peace.